TAG Heuer is a brand that's closely intertwined with harboring my watch fanaticism from an early age. My dad has worn a quartz professional for more than 30 years, and I'll never forget seeing the big advertisements for the skeletonised Heuer 1-powered Carrera. The latest TAG Heuer Carrera Chronograph Extreme Sport follows in the lineage of the latter and signifies the brand's current intention across the Carrera collection. Based on the framework of the recent limited edition Porsche collab, the new Carrera Extreme Sport is the latest variant of the popular skeletonized Carrera Sport, offering lightweight and precious materials at an attractive price point. Though it's a new model, the Carrera Extreme Sport definitely goes the route of evolution over revolution. It still uses the tri-register layout backed by a lattice-like openwork structure, though that spiderweb of bridges is now more pronounced thanks to a different finish. The subdials themselves are larger, with the running seconds at 6 cut off to make room for a date window that is no longer positioned at 4:30, a choice that is sure to please many, including myself. For the most part, however, the theme of skeletonization is achieved with the design of the dial and see-through date wheel that circles its innermost perimeter, rather than overly modifying the TH20 caliber beneath. As we've seen in several TAG Heuer Carrera models of late, there's a hint of asphalt-like texture to the bridges, highlighted by polished silver outlines and azurage finish of the subdials. You can go for this relatively monochromatic look, or potentially opt for highlights of red, blue or gold, the last of which matches the case material. While this style of dial was really popular with many TAG Heuer models in the last 10 years, the introduction of the smaller glass box with its vintage cues signaled a departure from this avant-garde look, justifying the new distinct nomenclature for the Carrera Extreme Sport. Just like with complex skeletonized dials, the advent of retro designs also meant the departure of large case sizes. This new skeletonized Carrera Chronograph is certainly on the extreme side of that spectrum with its 44mm diameter, though this doesn't mean this new release will limit its appeal only to the better endowed among us. With a 49.7mm lug-to-lug, it actually sits quite well. The Carrera Extreme Sport extends the skeletonization theme to the case profile, where the lugs form a space frame-like structure enveloping the mid-case. Not only does this tie into the overall design being centered around high-octane sports, but it also vastly reduces the visual bulk of the watch, helping the 15mm thickness not appear as significant on the wrist. Note that the color scheme will depend slightly on the case material. For the two Grade 2 titanium variants, the midcase is black, framed by the muted gray tones of titanium. For the DLC-coated titanium and rose gold models, the midcase will match the color of the lugs, with the contrast being given by the ceramic bezel and titanium case back and pushers. Though it'll undoubtedly go unnoticed by some, one of my favorite redesigned elements on the Carrera Extreme Sport is the integration of the rubber strap. Earlier variants also had integrated leather and rubber straps, though they finished abruptly with very little integration into the actual case. Here, a titanium central link separates the rubber material in between the lugs, giving the appearance of a more organic strap and case combination. Having said that, the middle link stays black for the rose gold model, which diminishes the effectiveness of design just a tad. To go with this new Extreme Sport nomenclature, TAG Heuer is also employing its latest update of the in-house Heuer 02 movement, now dubbed the TH2000. Thankfully, this wasn't just a case of changed names, as the movement was upgraded with bidirectional winding, an impressive 80-hour power reserve, and a 5-year warranty, which is an oft-overlooked aspect of watch purchasing. Decoration is minimal, though adapted for this sportier watch by darker coatings on the rotor when compared to the same movement in, say, a glassbox skipper. A touch I always liked is that TAG Heuer matches the color of the column wheel to the highlight color of the case, which in the Extreme Sport also extends to the rotor engraving. So to sum up, TAG Heuer can hardly put a foot wrong these days, and in my opinion has had one of the strongest periods in recent memory. The Carrera Extreme Sport updates do come with a price hike, though it's not as significant as I expected, and there's still bang for buck to be had, especially when considering the solid gold variant. While watches like the Golden Glassbox and Skipper are more up my alley style and size-wise, the Carrera Chronograph Extreme Sport is a sensible continuation of a popular model line, with all the necessary upgrades to fit it into the brand's current collection. But how do you rate this new release, and do you agree with my thoughts on TAG Heuer? I'd be interested to find out which other brands you think have had the best releases in the last few years. Let me know in the comments. The TAG Heuer Carrera Chronograph Extreme Sport is available now, starting at $8,200 in titanium. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one.